Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, the garden is in full bloom right now, and I'm not going to take any credit. It's because of the remarkable work of the previous owner who planted those gorgeous peonies. We're just now getting to enjoy them. I feel like they take such a long time from when they start to sprout into a bud to grow into, or to open up. So it was kind of funny watching the bees trying to get into these flowers. I knew the peonies were going to be beautiful, but I have been blown away with just how pretty these flowers are. Because of how beautiful they are, I have been so inspired. So I'm going to be making peonies the inspiration for July's soap of the month. I love the dramatic red and magenta with the white and the soft pink. I think I can create a really soft, pretty, beautiful soap from that color palette, and I think I have just the fragrance oils that I want to use to make a unique blend. Hey guys, it is soaping day, and I wanted to show you before I get to soaping what those dehydrated peony petals look like. Look at these beautiful colors that I was able to get out of those gorgeous peonies. They really did keep their colors perfectly. Here is the red one. We got some gorgeous light pink ones with a little bit of dark red in them as well. And some peonies had these really tiny petals on the inside of them. It's like a striped red. There's some small white petals because I did also get some white peony petals as well. One thing I did absolutely fall in love with when it came to the peony petals is this ombre. I don't know if you can see that, but I love how it goes from white to pink. And that's actually something that I'm going to try to recreate in today's soap. I have never done an ombre soap before, and there are so many things working against me when it comes to creating a soap with an ombre effect to it. I'm going to be using a slab, so I won't have the advantage of tilting my mold a little bit so that I can do it off of the side. And the fragrance oil that I'm using is a blend, and some of those fragrance oils in that blend cause mild acceleration in my soap. In order to counteract that, I'm going to be blending it with some fragrance oils that don't accelerate, and I'm also going to be using a high tallow amount. So hopefully that'll keep the batter fluid while I'm doing my ombre, because you definitely need a very fluid soap batter so that the colors blend together, creating that ombre effect. And if all goes well, I want to use some of these beautiful petals on top of the soap to finish it off. So fingers crossed, I'm just gonna go ahead and start soaping, and we'll see how it all works out. So we're gonna start with our base color. And this is a blend of my melted hard oils and soft oils together. I just need to add my lye solution. Going to add some clay. And I'm not going to add the fragrance oil just yet. We're just gonna want it to stay as fluid for as long as possible. So we're going to hand stir our fragrance oil in. This blend smells so good, by the way. It's mainly comprised of Pink Peony by Bramble Berry, and I love that smell so much. I've used it in a few soaps now. It's just the most heavenly floral scent. Just gonna hand stir it in. So I'm gonna pour a little bit of this uncolored batter into my mold. The ombre is gonna start off with a white and fade to a pink, hopefully. That's the goal. So here is the white color, and I'm slowly gonna add this beautiful pink to the batter little by little. And I'm doing this off camera, but I'm slowly mixing, or not slowly, I'm quickly mixing it. And I'm going to just stay on one side, because usually with these ombre pours, it's like off of the side. But I was thinking, what if I try to just do it from you know, one side but not totally against the side of the soap. Just see how that turns out. I don't know. I think I've already messed up the ombre effect. I was distracted talking. Let's keep experimenting. Let's see what happens. And then I'm just going to tilt it this way. And get that pink color to the other side. Well, it's staying fluid. That's nice. See if I can get it to the other side too. Okay. All right, that's my base color. I have no idea what I just did. Now I'm going to mix the rest of my swirl colors because I do want a swirl color in the soap. So let me just put this aside. I am happy to report that everything's very fluid still. In goes the lye. The lye water, I mean. Here is more clay. And looking at how fluid this was, I think I'm going to add the fragrance oil. I don't think there's any worry of it accelerating or seizing on me at this point. So in goes the fragrance oil. It's going to blend everything together. Now I'm going to split this guy into two. First, I'm going to actually reserve a little bit of that soap. Put it to the side so I can use it for topping later. Whoa. There you go. Let me move this a bit so you can see what I'm doing. These are the two colors that are going to be my swirl colors, inspired by those beautiful peony petals. One is a burgundy and one is a nice magenta. I like a magenta purple. Put them all in like so. I really wanted these colors to be more on the purple side because I was afraid of making the dreaded meat soap. And that's when you make soap that looks a lot like a cut of meat, like ham. So I wanted a tinge of purple in there so that it didn't look so meat-like. Let's do, this one first. That being said, we still might get meat soap. These didn't turn out as, well, the colors that I was looking for. Hold on a second. I'm gonna add more pink over here and more red over here. Just want those colors to have a little more pop. They're kind of muted for me right now. It's doing that thing where it's surprising me by accelerating. The base is still really nice though. Wonder how that's gonna affect things. All right, let's start pouring. Starting with this burgundy. Now with the pink. I'm gonna take my swirl tool. I'm gonna turn it this way for the swirling bit because it's more comfortable to my wrist. Turn this again this way so that it's comfortable for me to pour. Ooh, we are getting really chunky here. I'm going to turn it again. And when I'm swirling the second part, I'm staying in the upper half of the soap. I'm kind of suspecting that might be heavy at the top, so I'm just adding some more of that dark red. What's exciting is I have no idea how this is going to turn out. None whatsoever. This is all a fun experiment. This could actually be a really nice Valentine's Day soap. I'm just going to also just swirl that in. Staying at the very, very top. loaves. Where am I at? Sometimes I lose track of where these loaves are going to be, which is why some of my swirls end up kind of wonky. So here is what we've got. We're now going to work on texturizing because I think we're getting there pretty fast. Let's make sure we put our lines in so that we know where to put our swirls and ridges. This is an important step. Don't forget, like I have before in the past and almost did right now. It's an interesting texture because the base is still really fluid, and these swirl bits are very chunky. I'm really curious to see how the soap's going to look on the inside. These tops are going to be chunkier than I would like, but that's okay. I'm actually in a really, really euphoric mood right now because I have been looking for the Switch 2 for a while and I finally got my hands on it. So I'm very happy about that. I didn't realize it was such a hot commodity. I didn't realize it was going to be sold out everywhere, so I was kind of late to getting it. I ended up having to call around. I called around for so long, and even places that said that they had them, I would show up at those locations and they'd be like, oh, we sold out yesterday. So how does that make any sense? So I just had to be patient a little bit and it paid off. I just got it today. I have not unboxed it yet. That is why I am pretty happy right now. I would normally not do this without a glove, but I think for this part, I'm safe. We're gonna do my signature swirls, which are really fun to do when the soap is super chunky like this. Because you can make some pretty fun, ice creamy looking tops. I love this texture. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Oh no, I hate that. What's going on? Ah! This just went kitty wampus right over here. I need more soap over here. I need to redo that. That is unacceptable. There you go. And now the final touch. We're gonna use these beautiful peony petals, these yellow ones, yellow and red ones, lightly, just a light sprinkle. These are kind of like calendula petals in that they're long and yellow, but they have that really cool dark red stripe to them. I'm also going to be using these petals that I've crushed up, not quite a powder, but more of a loose, smaller particle so that we can distribute it better on the soap. That looks beautiful, wow. Yes, this red is exactly what the soap needed, or more of a magenta color, I'd say. Just love how this all looks. I didn't use any of that light pink and white peony petal because that was basically the color of the soap. That's where I got my soap inspo, but I would love to use it for other soaps. I think it would be a really nice floral to put on top of soap. And then my final mica spray on top. Just the lightest of mists. And there we go. So here is the final poured soap. I think the soap turned out really beautiful for a soap that started to accelerate on me a little bit by the end of it. I really like how the dried peonies look on top of the soap, and the colors at the top look really good. I might have made a meat soap. We'll find out tomorrow. I keep trying to avoid doing that, but sometimes it's just kind of what happens when you use pink and white and red as your soap colors. So hopefully we have a good result tomorrow. I cannot wait to cut this for you guys. Hey guys, it is the next day and we are ready to cut this soap. It smells so good. This is probably the best smelling soap that I've made ever. If you guys have not tried Pink Peony by Bramble Berry, you gotta try it. It smells so good. But we are going to unmold this right now so you can see what that inside looks like. I'm a little bit nervous that I have created a meat soap. But if you are a soap maker and you have not made a meat soap yet, you will eventually, I promise. And I wanted to show you how that pink mica dust looks along with the petals on the soap. I think it turned out beautiful. It's really exciting to see that the colors are still bright. Nothing has morphed. I'm very nervous about what the inside will look like, but I do think that the petals on top make it look very, very pretty. Right here's the first cut, and out of paranoia I will look at least one more time. So this is promising. I don't know if we are safe from meat soap territory just yet. Second loaf. A bit more interesting of a cut. Cut number 3. Here is third log. You can see here the failed ombre is starting to come through. A lot of the dark burgundy coming through for this one. Other side of that. All right, first cut. Let's go for the first loaf. Oh. Wow. So I don't think I've quite made meat soap. I think it looks really cool. I like the swirl. This one turned out really pretty. I don't know if this is showing up on camera, but you can see the ombre in some of these. It might be really tough to see, but it's white here and it comes to a very light pink higher up. And the pink and burgundy swirls look really pretty against it. It's really hard to see, but maybe it'll be more prominent in other soap bars. Oh, you can definitely see it here. Can you see it here? Is it yeah, it's showing up here. So yeah, there's that lighter white color and then the pinker color. And here is the last bar from that loaf. Turned out so pretty. This is a loaf from more of the middle of the slab. There's the failed ombre pour down at the bottom there, and it produced these really wispy tendrils of color. Kind of more of a marbleized effect than an ombre for sure. Yeah, that's a cool effect. See? So here are the final soaps, and I think it's bordering or verging on meat soap territory. It definitely is the right palette to be a meat soap, but I think the design saves it a little bit. I don't know, you guys gotta tell me in the comments. Like here, it's nice that there's some swirls that break up the look of it so it doesn't look like a meat loaf or whatever. And I do like there's a nice pop of white. That helps with making it less meat soap-like, but some of the bars are really beautiful, like these two. I really do like the white with the burgundy and the pink. And if you look even closer, it's not showing up as much as it is in real life, but there's a soft blush pink that made it through in some bars, and in other bars it came out as more of a pink tendril, like a marbleized effect in the base color of the soap. I wish that I had gone a little bit more intense with the purple, but overall I'm happy with this soap. I think it smells amazing. I think that it definitely gives peony vibes, so I'm happy about that. I love how the tops of the soap came out. I do think that helps also with it not being so much of a meat soap because of these beautiful botanicals on the top of the soap bar. And yeah, just a reminder that those are real peony petals on there. So that is really, really special, I think. I'm so excited for the Soap of the Month tier to get a glimpse of the soap earlier than when I would release it. I'm also excited to hear what they have to say about it, because that's another thing too, is if they see it before everyone else does, they get a chance to discuss it, they get a chance to ask me some questions, and they really are ahead of the game when it comes to where or what my monthly Soap of the Month soaps are. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think this qualifies as a soap that looks like a piece of meat? I think there are definitely people that will think that it does, and that's okay. It smells good, and it will come in those cotton bags that will hide it at least. So the first thing you'll notice about that soap bar is how beautiful it smells, and it truly does smell amazing. It actually reminds me a little bit of a Victoria's Secret perfume, just like very feminine, very full. There's sweetness there, there's a floral note in there, but also very clean, which is the type of scent that I really like. If you love this soap and you're not in the Soap of the Month tier on Patreon, then you can purchase a bar of this soap on my website, which is linked down below. But if you want to guarantee August's soap, then you can do that by joining the Soap of the Month tier. I did plan on adding some sort of subscription model to my website. I have not done that yet. I'm getting a little bit behind on things like that, but in terms of getting everything else ready, I'm slowly getting there. My soaps are getting really low, so I will be doing a ton of soap making in the next couple of weeks, so I plan on sharing all of that with you guys. Speaking of my Patreon, not only will the recipe for this soap be available, you do not have to go all the way to the $20 tier. This will be available at the $5 tier. All of the recipes on the Patreon are available at the $5 tier. So if you just want to make it yourself, you can do that. I list all of the ingredients, I list all of my suppliers, and I list the amounts and the steps, and you also get access to me, so you can ask me any questions in regards to not only the soap, but any of the projects that I post on my Patreon, and even stuff that's not on there. I have people that message me all the time about projects that they want to do. I have been really loving giving advice on which direction people should go, because it also inspires me to make projects in the future when it comes to what I want to do in terms of my company, but also for this YouTube channel. So thank you so much to everyone who has chosen to support me on there. You guys are so awesome, and I appreciate each and every one of you. But that is the video for today. Thank you so much for choosing to join me. I really hope that you join me for the next video, and until the next video, keep smiling, keep being awesome, and keep making beautiful things like peony soap. Bye guys.